water tastes horrible. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you're having a lovely day. I have a little scratch in my throat and I feel like I'm going to cough, but I'm going to hold it. We're going to listen to a little bit of Electric Wizard. We're going to listen to the first two tracks off of the album Dope Throne, which was released in 2000, actually. So, this is a band, excuse me, see, I can't even get through a sentence. This is a band and an album cover that I have always seen. I've always heard of them. I've always heard of this album, but I've never listened to it. I've never explored it. But I gotta admit, that devil do be smoking. He's smoking that Hellfire hash or something. Something's going on with him. I've never heard of the band, like I said, except by hearing of them. But Electric Wizard are an English doom metal band from Dorset, formed in 1993. And this particular album is their third studio album. I think I said that. But so we're going to listen to the songs Vinum, Sabbathi, and Funeralopolis. That's kind of funny. Funeralopolis. Is it Funeralopolis or is it I can't say that 5 times fast. Let's go ahead and get into the music. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. Let's go ahead and get into some Dope Throne with Electric Wizard. Let's go.
When you get into one of these groups, there's only a couple ways you can get out. One is death. The other is mental institutions.
it's just moving on from there in the album. I can already see some of the comments. Oh, I already know. Listen, I already know. I can already see them. I already see them. Listen, I like doom metal. So this is pretty much right up my alley. I don't listen to a lot of doom metal, but I have to be in that certain meditative and yet heavy, dark, brooding kind of mood. And this fits the bill so perfectly. When it comes to doom metal like this, first of all, a lot of doom metal in general, it's very meditative. It's very trance-inducing. Kind of like when we had listened to Magma with Commando Destructa, that is Mechanic Commando Destructa. I said in the second part of that how it has sort of a meditational quality to it. And when I listen to music like this, I find the exact same thing. Yeah, it's a completely different ambience, listening to Electric Wizard with Dope Throne than it is listening to Brian Eno, Airports or whatever. But it's the same kind of trance-inducing quality, at least that I find personally. Just speaking for myself, it's very trance-inducing. It's extremely heavy, but I like how it doesn't sound heavy for the sake of being heavy. It's not like they're necessarily trying to make a slowed down death metal sound, thrasher sound, and just take it all and just like slow it down. I don't think so. I think that they're playing really towards what they want to establish, towards the mood that they want to establish. The first song opens up soul-crushingly heavy, and then just carries on that big old riff throughout. I love the introduction of the bass. You can actually feel the bass throbbing. I love when you can feel the vibration of the strings in bass, and specifically in heavy music like this, because the bass is heavy. That's what it adds. It adds the back end, it adds the low end. So allow it to fill that role. And I think that the first song especially does that stunningly well. That would be Tim Bagshaw there. And then the vocals there, because of how distant and filtered they are, they actually reminded me a lot of Greg Lake, specifically 21st Century Schizoid Man, because it has that outspoken, yelling, passionate delivery. Here, it's buried in the mix, but purposely done so to kind of get that psychotic effect, that psychedelic effect. But I couldn't help but be reminded of that while I was listening to the vocals here specifically. That's Juice Oborn. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Guitar, vocals, and effects as well. And then drums by Mark Greening. It's just pounding. This is sensational music to me in the sense that, like, I already kind of mentioned like the meditation stuff, but this is music that you feel on your skin. This is music that makes your hair stand up. This is like being at a concert or even playing music to yourself and standing too close to the amp. And not only allowing the reverb and the echoes of music to wash over you, but actually feeling the physical movement of air, i.e. sound. That's at least what I get when I'm listening to stuff like this. And I like it. I mean, I like this a lot. This is my kind of jam. And I like how in Funeralopolis, I feel like I'm saying that wrong, when they speed up, this isn't even a fast tempo, but I feel like for this album, this is probably the fastest they get. Both tracks have a very bleak outlook there, very nihilistic, and I don't know for sure, but it has like, what's the word? I don't want to say satanic, but it like a darker kind of feel, like in that way, and it's kind of mixing that with this kind of drug scheme. I mean, you look at the album cover, you get what you see. Looking at the lyrics for the first track, Vinum Sabbathi, which I don't know, but maybe is Latin for Black Sabbath or something Sabbath. Maybe as a reference, of course, to Black Sabbath. When you get into one of these groups, this is the spoken word at the beginning, there's only a couple of ways you can get out. One is death, and the other is mental institutions. And then that riff just comes in. Extracted essence of the stone, narcotic of the faceless ones. I awake on planet black, freezing moon, no turning back. Forbidden sorcery, Vinum Sabbathi. Let's see if we can find out what that phrase means. Hold on. Vinum Sabbathi. Let's see if we can find that anywhere in here. Give me one moment. I'm going to click on this little link right here. And it says that it basically translates to witch's wine. or wine of the Sabbath. Okay. So wine of the Sabbath. Interesting. Now I'm a slave to the black drug, forced to serve this black god. I thought myself a master of the arts. This dimension of misery is my penance. So it's almost mixing together, kind of like what I was mentioning before, like an occult theme with a drug theme, which, like I said, you definitely get from the album cover here. And he says, I'm a slave to the black drug, which I would just guess, maybe heroin, forced to serve this black god. So he's having like this psychotic trip that's in a sense leading him to some dark places. And then the ending is repeating forbidden sorcery, Vinum, Sabbathi. And then moving into the second track, Funeralopolis, funeral planet, dead black asteroid, mausoleum, this world is a tomb. Human zombies staring blank faces, no reason to live, dead in the womb. I'm still choking. Death shroud. I told you I had a tickle in the beginning of the video. No reason to live, dead in the womb. Death shroud existence, slave for a pittance, condemned to die before I could breathe. Millions are screaming, the dead are still living. This earth has died, yet no one has seen. Funeralopolis. And then he just talks, I mean, it's just very nihilistic. He says, you know, life has no meaning. My feelings are numb. He's basically saying the planet's dead before it's begun. And then at the end, he repeats, nuclear warheads ready to strike. This world is so F, let's end it tonight. Which just repeats over and over and over and over and over again. It actually reminds me of Nas's Life's a Bee. And the repeated line there, life's a bee, that's why you die. That's why we get high, because you never know when you're gonna go. Right? All right. Anyways, I enjoyed the music. I hope that you guys did as too. I know it's not like the typical, but sometimes I want to try something different, you know? Sometimes I want to listen to something I've heard of, but I've never gotten to experience, and this is that chance. So I hope that you did enjoy the music. I hope you let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You can follow me in a bunch of places. You can do this, you can do that. Come back tomorrow. Don't know what's going on, but we got something going on for you. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you later, guys. Bye.